I was listening to one of my favorite podcasts, Rework, by the founders of 37 Signals. It's a software company that created Basecamp, and I just like their philosophy on business and life in general. When I was working in tech, I thought they were the most sane people in the industry. Since then, I just continue following their work. On the podcast, they've shared this fact that earlier in the Basecamp journey, they had this question, this framework that they used. It was called Fisher Price simplicity. Every time they designed a new feature, they asked themselves, is it Fisher Price simple? So they were aiming for the same level of simplicity as Fisher Price toys. Fisher Price is a toy company, kind of old. They built very simple toys, very straightforward. You don't have to read a manual to play with them. Very well built. You'll find a lot of them in thrift stores because they last a lifetime. I actually found a piano for my daughter in a thrift store, and I think it's from the 70s, and it's still in perfect working condition. It's very simple. There are no fancy features, buttons that require batteries, any of that. And I just liked this approach so much. I can clearly see what Fisher Price simplicity means. I like the metaphor. That's what I need a lot in my life right now, because I think over the last few years, my desire for elegance and sophistication has led me to a lot of complexity, very unnecessary complexity. And I just think that going back to the basics, building a solid foundation with the Fisher Price simplicity is what I need right now. This overwhelming complexity that I feel in my life came from my desire to over optimize things. I see a lot of it in my clients as well. In the focus room, when I work with one-on-one clients, is our pursuit of over optimization, that everything has to be automated, optimized, and all of that. It just leads to so much complexity that it becomes paralyzing. You just end up spinning wheels because, like, whenever you're thinking of, oh, I need to do this, you like automatically have this second and third and fourth order consequences that you need to account for when trying to over optimize things. There's a time and place for elegance, taste, and sophistication, but there's also a time and place for just building very simple Home Depot style projects and systems. Those are actually quite good foundational things to have. It's kind of like the foundation of your house should be built with the, Fisher Price simplicity and quality in mind. It shouldn't have a lot of sophistication and elegance. It should be solid, high quality, simple to build, simple to understand, simple to use. And that's what a lot of foundational projects should look like. I've decided to adopt this mentality going into my next year of life because it was my birthday this week, and I decided to take this Fisher Price simplicity as a theme for the upcoming year and ask myself in every aspect of my life, is it Fisher Price simple? And try to get things as Fisher Price simple as I can. I just like this new framework on simplicity. For everyone who's familiar with Fisher Price toys, you will immediately understand, like you will clearly see what it means. And I think that's what a good metaphor is for, when you can understand complex, abstract concepts in very realistic terms. So yeah, that's what I wanted to share today. Maybe it will help someone. I'll be sharing my journey through this theme, some of the changes I'm making, in case you want to follow along, and also start simplifying things in your life in a straightforward way without much frills and fizzles. Have a good day, everyone. Talk to you later.